Good morning, everybody. Today you have a sub, and in order for us to go ahead and continue with our notes and whatnot, I have made you a video. Your tests from yesterday have been put in progress book, and your grade has been finalized for the first 9 weeks, so you can check that out whenever you have a minute. Today, we're going to start to talk about how to translate English sentences into math equations. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a list of words that mean each operation. The first one up there is obviously add. And here are some words that mean to add. Okay, and at any time, if you need to pause or stop or replay this video, please do so. The next operation you see up there is subtraction. And here are some words that mean to subtract. Please notice that I put both less and less than. Those things mean two different things. Less than means you need to switch the order of what you see and subtract, and less means you keep the order of what you see and subtract. And we should have an example of those as we go through today. The next operation you see up there is multiplication. And here are some words that mean to multiply. The next operation is division. And here are some words that mean to divide. And finally, the last symbol over there is not an operation, but we still will need to be able to translate it. So you should have filled this into your notes, and you may need to refer back to this as we go today. All right, so let's try and translate some of these. I'm going to highlight some of the key words, and then I'm going to go ahead and translate that. All right, so first up, it says 5 times a number. I don't know what the number is, so I'm going to use n. You can use whatever variable you want. Decreased by is subtract. The result is 26. And now you should be able to solve that. Go ahead and isolate the n, and you should get 6. Number 3, some keywords. All right, so we have a number is decreased by 20%. Now 20% is the same as 0.20 of itself. So of is multiply, and itself is n. N is still the number here. The result is 20. So let's combine our like terms and let's solve. This is a 1n minus 0.20 is 0.80n. Simply divide by 0.80, and your final answer should be 25. %60 of a number is added to the number. The result is 192. So 60% is 0.60 of a number means to multiply, is added to the number. The result is 192. There's a 1 in front of this n. When you add, you get 1.60 n equals 192. When you divide, your final answer is n is 120. Keywords of and is. 70% is 0.7 of a number is 224. Just a one-stepper here, guys. Divide, and you should get n is 320. Number 9, one number exceeds. Now, exceeds was not one of the words on our list, but it is an important word there. The sum, that's another key word, and then is. So, basically I have two numbers here, folks. I have a number, and I have another one that exceeds. Exceeds means bigger than. So those are my two numbers. It says their sum. So if I add them, it looks like this, and they want the sum to be 64. So if you solve, you should get that n is, looks like 19. So your two numbers, if I go back over here, would be 19. And if you take 19 and add 26, you get 45. Okay, moving on. First up, I got some keywords. Okay, please notice there's nothing in here that indicates equals, and there's no question, so you're simply writing an expression. A number decreased by the sum of the number and 4. A number decreased by the sum of the same number and 4. Looks like that. Six times the product of -5 and a number. So 6 times the product of -5 and some number. Again, there's no solving to do, no equal sign. Okay. Moving on. The difference between the product of 5 and a number and twice the number. So we have the difference, and that means to subtract the product of 5 and a number and twice the number. Again, no equal signs there. If you wanted to, you could simplify that and make it 3n. Okay. I guess if we're doing that, we probably should go back and simplify these. This would be -30n. And this one, if you distributed and combined, you would just get 4. Okay. All right, one more of these. Difference. 8 times a number and 6 more than 3 times the number. So difference again means to subtract. Okay, we have the difference of 8 times a number and 6 more than, so more than, that word than means to switch the order up with the +6 at the end, 3 times the number. Should look something like that. Combine your like terms, and you get this. All right, let's move on to some application problems. Each day, the number of births in the world exceeds twice the number of deaths by 61,000. So let's write an equation for that. Births exceed twice the number of deaths by 61,000. Okay, I'm just translating that. It says if the population increase, now I don't know if you know this or not, but if the population is going to increase, all you're doing there is taking the number of births minus the number of deaths. That makes sense, I hope, to you. That would be how much the population is increasing. The babies born minus those people that have passed away. Okay? If that population increase in a single day is 214,000, determine the number of births and deaths per day. Well, births, we just wrote an equation for. Births is this. And over here, after the arrow, it says births minus deaths. So if I'm going to subtract the deaths, that's just D. And it says it's 214,000 people. All right, combine your like terms and solve. So that means you're going to put the D's together You're going to subtract the 61, and you should get D is 153,000. Well, it says births and deaths. So now you're going to take this 153,000 and you got to plug it in so you can figure out how many births there were. And if you plug that in, it should give you this. Okay. All right, now it says if the population increase in a single day is 214,000, by how many millions of people does the worldwide population increase each year? Well, this is 214,000 each day. There are 365 days in a year. So if you multiply that, you will get, I don't know what you will get. Let's multiply. 214 times at 365, and you get 78110. Now remember, this is in thousand. This is in thousand. So that means 1,000 has how many zeros? It has 3 zeros. So if we look at this, it now looks like that. It says round to the nearest million. If I'm rounding to the nearest million, this is about 78 million people for my final answer. Okay, we've got one more part down here. It says, based on your answer to part B, approximately how many years does it take for the population of the world to increase by an amount greater than the entire U.S. population? Well, the U.S. population is 306 million. So if I want to figure out how long it's going to take to go up by that, I'll divide by how much it goes up by each year. And this is approximately 4 years. Okay, so those are your notes for today. And now for your homework. Okay, again, I hope you paused and stopped and wrote everything down that you have here. Your homework for tonight will be page 338, numbers 2 to 18 even, and then 25 A, B, and C. Okay, I hope everything went well for you and you understood everything okay. And I will be back with you. Monday, we will not have school. We have a teacher in service, so I won't see you Monday. I will see you back on Tuesday.